Interesting. Show it to that silly child.
This place is buzzing.
That's right. This venue is a miniature representation of that time known as the era filled with boundless possibilities. Nameless, your arrival reminds me of the grand occasion when Peniconii was first established. I was still a young, bright-eyed lad back then, lured here by the watchmaker's ads, full of zeal. Once, during a particularly grueling day, I passed out and was resuscitated by a drink from Mr. Sousa. That sweet, the dream-chasing era was truly a wondrous time. Oh, I miss those days, and the watchmaker. Scorched Sand Hall is my I wholeheartedly hope you make it to the finish and emerge as the next superstars of Peniconii. Now then, is there any... There's that swift and decisive trailblazing spirit.
Hello, everyone! Next up, get ready for the Mega March 7th Adventure, where I'm going to break the speedrun world record!
Trailblazing into the uncharted and challenging the limits. That's Miss March 7th for you.
I hope that by the end of this journey, everyone will have achieved the outcome that they hoped for.
Ah, a wonderful wish! Miss Himiko, what are you expecting from...
Safety first, everyone.
Simple words, but full of... Waiting for you are 3 stages, each connected to that era. The first 2 stages offer 2 distinct paths to choose from, and in the last stage, you will face off against a champion who has defended... Those are the rules. Simple. Everyone clear? Now, I hereby announce that the 33rd Scorched Sand Festival of the 20th season, sponsored by Soul Glass.
Everyone, as the Charmony Festival is drawing closer, we must reach the end as quickly as possible. Factoring in efficiency and safety, Split March and I haven't known Miss Firefly for too long and aren't overly familiar with her. It'd probably be better if the 2 of you paired up.
Fine by me. Let's do it.
All right. I don't have a problem with that.
We'll split into the assigned groups then. Let's not waste time.
welcome to the first stage of Soul Glad Enterprises' 33rd Scorched Sand Festival of the 20th season, Dream Play Fantasia! In the School of Acting Challenge, you have to complete 3 performances from 3 scripts and move the panel judges. In the School of Action now, make your choice.
The champion's crown awaits you on the stage. Welcome to the Arena of Action Stars. Please make your way to the stage and vanquish those malevolent scoundrels with your dazzling fighting techniques. The title of Penaconi's next big action star awaits.
Competitors, allow me to introduce the rules of this challenge to you. There are a total of 3 stages up ahead, each with their own challenges. The enemies you will contend against are antagonists. It's worth mentioning that the fastest time of this stage was achieved by a contestant with fiery red hair. Astoundingly, he overcame all enemies across the 3 stages.
Time is of the essence. Let's make this quick.
Contestants, you are about to confront the monsters of the primordial dreamscape. During this period, as dream chasers who've come to Peniconii, defeating them is your first step towards success.
All the Soul Glad is ours!
By the order of the 10 lords. Execute the Murstruck!
All things in this world have their laws. Human creations!
Do you admit this crime?
A quick divination. Together as one.
1,000 wonders to
Fight as one! I'll go easy this time. Feeling spiffy?
It's by the order of the 10 lords. Execute the Murstruck!
Soul Glad! My Soul Glad!
Pretty simple. I just hope these tests don't take too long.
Congratulations on becoming the first group of Dream Chasers! Answering the call from the Watchmaker, you are disappointed to learn that Peniconii isn't paved with. Just as you're about to give up, a downpour sparks a business idea. You enter the umbrella business! But just as they.
Why is our opponent so...
Because this is Soul Glad Enterprises' 33rd festivity auditions.
Isn't this just product placement?
To safeguard the integrity of Soul Glad, I will soar high.
We're in trouble now.
Let's play for a while. Can you find the answer?
A thousand wonders to
Fight as one!
By the order of the Ten Lords, execute the Marastruck! Do you admit this crime?
A quick divination. Together as one. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Let's be friends. Yeah! Can we talk? I'll go easy this time. Feeling spiffy?
By the order of the Ten Lords, execute the Marastruck!
All things in human creations.
no matter. A thousand wonders to raise your spirit.
Fight as one!
It's time.
Welcome, customers. Let's play for a while. Feeling spiffy?
Do you admit this crime?
Can we talk? Can you find the answer? Let's be friends.
A thousand wonders to
Fight as one! Yeah! Together as one. Human creations. I'll go easy this time.
It's by the order of the Ten. Execute the Marastruck!
The world kisses me with pain, and I provide with Soul Glad.
just as I thought. Infallible.
Congratulations to our two Dream Chasers for establishing yourselves as budding stars in Penic. No matter how lengthy the battle, you always persevere.
None will take my soul glide away from me. I will use the transmute. Oh, dinosaur! Devour! Grab a bottle of soul glad!
We're in trouble now.
Feeling spiffy? A quick divination. Converge and awaken! Can we talk?
1,000 wonders to raid.
Fight as one!
By the order of the 10 Lords, execute the Marastruck!
Let's play. Can you find the answer?
Do you admit this crime?
I see through you. Let's play for a while. Feeling spiffy? Welcome, customers. Fight as one! I'll go easy this time.
By the order of the 10 Lords, execute the Marastruck! No one misses the Marastruck!
The body. You truly are a beast. More.
That should do it. Okay. Let's go. Mr. Yang is waiting for us. Isn't this fight way off from the actual storyline?
Transforming into a dinosaur isn't imaginative enough for you? This is the sort of magic only seen on Peniconii. After an extended battle, you finally emerged victorious! But in the years that followed, you encountered each other once more on the prosperous streets of Peniconii, but dared not call out to one another. Ah, well done! You brought to life the
Looks like we won. Let's hurry up and get to the next stage.
Watch this.
Congrats to both of you for clearing the stage, but more importantly, are you having fun? Fun is more important than look at the time. You finished much faster than that red-haired contestant did.
That red-haired contestant. Who?
You'll find out eventually. but only if you clear the next test first. Welcome to the second stage of the 33rd Scorched Sand Festival in the 20th season. You have the option to choose Gunfire and undergo Brother Hanu's trial, or Time, where you'll face Clucky's trial. Now, make your choice. Dear friends, welcome to the enchanting universe created by the Watchmaker. Awaiting you is the morally dubious yet ever charming character from the animated clock. It is said that these cartoon characters were inspired by the Watchmaker's own experiences. According to research by Clocky scholars, enter into the world of Hanu via the TV by the entrance and partake in an enchanting...
If it's a gunfire trial, we should be able to settle this with a fight, right? I hope this won't waste too much of our time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Are we both in control of this Hanu character?
Very good. Looks like you've got... In this Hanu's Adventure episode, Boss Stone has gathered his battleships for an assault on Dreamville. Old Buzzfly, Cousin Wolf, and Bombhead. Alas, Hanu presently is ill-equipped to fend off the malevolent mischief makers, which is why he is...
Oh, brave Hanu! You look like you could really use some help! Long time no see, Hanu. You look pretty stressed out. How about an intense and thrilling game of Dream... Oh my! Are you telling me that Boss Stone has rallied the... Listen closely, Hanu. I'm aware you're in need of a suitable weapon. And I also know there's one. But you know what? You'll have to play an exhilarating round of Dream Jigsaw. Now scurry along, Hanu, but tread carefully. Two ne'er-do-wells are also eyeing... I can't wait to see you finish the Dream Jigsaw.
Let's stay alert and make sure those monsters don't spot us. look up there! If we can push that thing down, do you think that would do the trick? Finally, that's all the jigsaw pieces. Let's hurry back.
Oh my! The exquisite sensation of perfect alignment! Hurry now, Hanu! Touch that TV set and transform back into your old self. Then head up.
Are such haphazard instructions really okay? Disconnecting from that thing so suddenly has left me feeling slightly disoriented. Is that Hanu? What exactly is he talking about?
Tick-tock! It's time for me to make an appearance!
Clocky? I can also see him. Is this character part of the show?
In Dreamville, Clocky is everywhere and can do anything. Like right now, I can... Hanu says, battle! We must do battle! The enemy is at our doorstep, and we have no path of retreat. Touch that suspicious-looking TV right now!
So they just jumped inside that TV. Sheesh. Logic in this plot and dialogue is really being pushed to its limits. Well, here we go again. Ready? Gradually getting used to this. Huh. Who knows? I might even be able to perform some high-level moves with Hanu.
Oh, did someone say high-level movies just now? That's right. Last we saw, Hanu was preparing for battle. Suddenly, he hears heavy footsteps, but brave Hanu won't go down without a fight. He instantly sprints.
But we still don't have any weapons in hand.
Guess what? Hanu's favorite bazooka just so happens to be in that storage room.
What a coincidentally convenient plot twist. It'd be even more awesome if the organizers allowed me to wear armor. The storage room. It's behind the shelves, right? He wasn't lying. There's actually a bazooka here. Now we should have a way of dealing with those baddies. This thing feels just like the Soaring Locust too. Careful. It looks like we've got more company. Get ready to fire! Here we go again. But no big deal. We're pretty handy with this bazooka now. That should be all of them, right?
Oh my! Haru is on a streak! Everyone! The stage is complete! Quickly! Head through the TV to the...
Well, that's that. But it is gonna be hard to let go of this bazooka. Never mind. Let's hurry over to the next stage.
Congratulations to both of you! Oh, you've overcome all obstacles and proven yourselves! But, unfortunately, there is only one who can be Penaconi's festive superstar. In the final stage, you will face the defending champion. If you fail, you will lose the opportunity to become the festive superstar. Welcome to the 33rd Scorched Sand Festival's third stage in the 20th season.
No way. I think I just saw someone. Someone extraordinary.
Are you a Knight of Beauty?
trickier to crack. Time for a buzz. This is double speed.
Rise to the challenge. Bear witness to our...
Let's... Can you find the answer? It's time. I see through you. Together as one. Human creations.
Let the duel commence. Put forth all your might.
I'll go easy this time. Feeling spiffy?
Execute the Marastruck! Knew I missed the Marastruck.
Behold, this symbol of Kyo. You are fighting a gentleman. Confess! Put forth all your might!
Time for a buzz. This is double speed. Let's... Can you find the answer? A quick divination.
Let the duel commence. Put forth all your might.
I'll go easy this time. Feeling spiffy?
Do you admit this crime? By the order of the 10, execute the Marastruck!
The flesh wound. Bear witness to you are fighting a gentleman.
Converge and awaken!
It's time!
You took the bait. This combat needs a... This is double speed. Let's play. Can you find the answer? All things human creations. Let's play for a while. Feeling spiffy?
We don't have much time. May fate allow us to meet again, Knight of Beauty. In that case, let's make our way to the end. Penacony's really thronging with talent. I hope we make it in time.
Congratulations to the both of you on becoming the festive superstars of this year's Charmony Festival. I, on behalf of the organizers, extend my sincere congratulations to you. As previously promised, my sister, Mr. Yang, and I have met with the Dream Master. We delved into the truth about Peniconii and its Stellaron, and have come to a consensus. Both I and the Oak family cannot acquiesce to your request.
Just as expected.
We acknowledge the perspective of you, Nameless. Peniconii does require change, but not as you propose. The planet of festivities cannot and will not revert. Through your journey of overcoming obstacles, you must have glimpsed the essence of that era. The vulnerable ruthlessly eliminated, equality non-existent. Ultimately, only heroes like yourselves manage to achieve success. But I would dare ask, if you did not possess the special status of having a Stellaron, and you were but an anonymous and frail member among the masses, a dystopia for the survival of the fittest, or a sweet dream paradise for all?
That's not the point! Don't let him mislead you!
Mr. Sunday, even if the members of the Oak family can't fully agree on what to do about the Stellaron, now's not exactly the time to be holding an extensive discourse about Penaconi's past and future, is it? The Stellaron issue concerns the life and death of everyone on Penacony. If anyone has a better suggestion, the crew is more than willing to listen. Also, it'd be best to tell us the ins and outs of that meeting. This way, we'll at least know what Welt and Miss Robin are dealing with, and the reason why they failed to make our appointment.
Ah, Navigator. That is precisely my intention. With all present, let's begin by discussing the details of that meeting. Let's talk about our tribulations and choices, our ideals and beliefs, and our final course of action. The only path to take.
You mean to say that for the longest time, there have been scoundrels who would use the Charmony Festival that I have bequeathed to the masses?
Indeed, Dream Master. Once the Charmony Festival begins, the Stellaron's powers, along with the song, will be broadcast across the entire planet of Peniconii. And then...
This is indeed surprising to me. The dreamscape is maintained by the collective effort of the 5 families. Do you have any suspects?
I'd like to ask, did you really not know of the Stellaron's existence?
I would have never thought that this Nameless...
If I have offended, the Astral Express extends its sincere apologies. But the current circumstances are dire and leave no room for meticulous inquiry.
Dream Master, it's just to prove that the Charmony Festival has nothing to do with the Stellaron. If we're being overly cautious, I will return to the stage to offer tribute in song.
Sunday, Robin. I've watched you two grow up, and know your dispositions like the back of my hand. The magnitude of this matter is enormous, and cannot be taken lightly. Since Mr. Yang has asked with such earnestness, I will personally respond in kind. Sunday, might I ask you to beseech them to cast their light unto me, and question me in their stead, so that no lies may be concealed?
I will do as you command.
Robin, could I entrust you to be present as a witness, to document the truth, and to proclaim my innocence, so that all slander may be utterly dispelled?
I will do as you command.
May thy will be carried out on earth, just as it is in that...
Oh, triple-faced soul. Please sear his tongue and palms with a hot iron.
Let us begin. There is nothing else to prepare.
Understood. Question. Have you devoted your life to your god, never worshipping other gods?
Naturally.
Do you love your god as you do yourself, always heeding their admonishments?
Naturally.
Have you strayed from the path expected by your god?
Never.
Have you ever been inordinate with your asks of your god? Covet?
Never.
Then, a final question. Do you swear to fulfill all vows, past, present, and future?
With the Eon as my witness, if I do not deliver on my words, or if I renege on...
They have seen your faith, and have endorsed your faith.
Just a moment.
What is it, Mr. Yang?
I have another question I hope to have answered. To my understanding, the family's harmony and prosperity have never relied on so-called the god you both mentioned. Are they truly Shipe?
Mr. Yang should know that those belonging to the family toil together as if they were kin, embracing solidarity and unity under their light. Such a delicate and complex symphony. Which other god could perfectly harmonize this, if not for the Great One?
Perfectly harmonize. Therein lies the problem. It isn't an outsider lurking in the shadows who changed the harmony, but a dissonance that has surreptitiously emerged from within this very symphony itself. In the distant past, there existed an Eon. With one flick of the wrist, they crafted the laws of the cosmos. Their followers formed the Beyond the Sky Choir. Later, they fell. The route traversed by this Eon clashed with the harmony, ultimately being absorbed and fused into it. The chorus that once reverberated across worlds fell. Though an Eon may perish, paths with no masters still linger. In the all-forgiving harmony, echoes of bygone dissonance may...
Mr. Yang, being overly astute can be a detriment. Especially when you find yourself alone.
So this is how it is.
For the sake of our grand cause, Sunday, please afford these two an opportunity to...
What?
Sorry, Robin. It's just you. I did not wish for you to know this. It's a pity that things have turned out this way.
So, this is the true reason I can't sing? The shadow that envelops Peniconia is actually...
We were never children of the harmony. Our ideal paradise. could not have been crafted by Xipe. Within the foundation of law, humanity establishes civilization, and through harmony, we obtain order.
Unbelievable. To think that there would be remnants of the Order on Peniconii.
What have you done with Mr. Yang and Miss Robin?
Don't worry. I just gave them some time alone to ponder their fates.
You should know that these actions make you an enemy of the Astral Express.
Should we need to stand against the Nameless, it would only be myself and the Oak family involved. But we haven't reached. Your efforts for the justice of Peniconii are evident to everyone, and have been widely observed. Patience is a virtue. However, I won't hold it against you.
If it is the Order that drove you to imprison Welt and Robin, and you're using them to coerce our compliance, then there'll be no point in entertaining any type of discussion.
You're mistaken, Miss Himiko. They are in very safe hands, and just as the family has always proclaimed, no one can be harmed in the dreamscape, least of all in the beautiful new world belonging to the Order. Peniconii and the entire universe have witnessed far too much innocent bloodshed. The strong wield their blades against the weak in natural selection. The world abides by this principle, establishing the well-being of humanity atop the corpses of the downtrodden.
So you've decided to resurrect a dead Eon? No one's ever done such a thing.
If Miss Himiko is interested, let's draw back the veil and speak candidly. I've always firmly believed that people can understand one another through peaceful. I'm willing to divulge the unembellished truth as to the intentions of the Order's Pathstriders, so that you will make better judgment for the Astral Express, for Peniconii, and for this stretch of the universe. So, come with me, everyone. Let us retrace our steps and see once again where this road leads.
Huh? Where'd he go?
Welcome. This isn't any location in Peniconei's dreamscape. It's my inner world. The reason the scenery before you remains unchanged is because your consciousness has drawn on similar concepts to fill in the gaps.
That means...
Did you do the same to Welt?
It's a tuning process. Stronger in effect and more draining on the mind. The gray-haired guest has experienced it before. So tuning allows you to intuitively grasp my feelings, which also means that I cannot hide anything from you. Now, everyone, please look at the huge screen. The road we once took begins here. From this point on, you will witness the numerous decisions I've faced. I've selected a portion of these to share with you. I believe after going through similar predicaments, you'll be able to better understand my thoughts. Let's begin. The first decision. This story happened when Robin and I were very young. We were victims of the Stellaron disaster, and the family's Mr. Gopher Wood, who would later become the Dream Master of Peniconii later on. Robin and I lived a time with nary a care in the world. One day, after dinner, that baby bird was tiny. It didn't even have all of its feathers, and it couldn't sing. When we decided to build a nest for it right there and then. However, thinking back, that winter was unusually cold. It was clear that if we left the fledgling in the yard, it stood no chance of surviving until spring. We decided that when it regained its strength enough to spread its wings, we would release it back into the wild. Its destiny was determined by our momentary whim. Now, I pass the power of choice to you all. Faced with this situation, what choice would you make? Stick to the original plan, and build a nest with soft net where the Charmony dove fell. Or build a cage for it, and feed it, giving it the utmost care from within the warmth of a home. I eagerly await your answer.
Who's next?
I can't decipher his intentions right now, but based solely on that question, I would probably choose to build that dove a cage. Even if I was gonna release it back into the sky, it'd have to be strong enough to fly first. If I left it where I found it, I fear it'd never get the chance to fly ever again.
It looks like he really has no intention of imprisoning us. If it's just a quiz, I suppose it's fine to humor him. Back to the question. I would personally choose to build the little Charmony dove a cage. No special reason. I do think that a fledgling should have the right to fly into the sky. But if it can't even live to that point, then there's nothing to talk about to begin with.
That guy just casually throws this kind of question at us? What exactly is his deal? But fine, I'll answer, I guess. If it were me, I guess I'd choose to build a cage for the little Charmony dove. After all, leaving it there, it's bound to get hurt by wild animals or something. And
Interesting. Since you've made up your mind, allow me to reveal what fate this choice will bring to the fledgling. From what I've observed, there are at least 3 predators in that yard that prey on small birds. The Vossicle scorpion, Asdana wolverine, and the Huntington winged snake. Even if they shy away from humans, these animals are still near apex predators in a fenced location like a yard. In such a location, as for the choice you made, I am deeply sorry. Now, this story happened when I was appointed as Bronze Melodia, a position exclusive to the Oak family, charged with listening to the problems and vexations of Dreamscape residents. It was during that period that I had the opportunity to hear voices from all corners of the Dreamscape. Joy, sorrow, error. He was a dream chaser and an illegal stowaway. Just like the rest of them, he came to Peniconia in search of a better life. Except that, to most people, he told me, I sold everything I could at home. The house, the land, even his 2 children. He said he could not afford to raise them. He had a plan in place. He would buy back his children once he had made his fortune. and enjoy Penicone's beautiful dream with them. After hearing the Dream Chaser's story, I immediately appealed to the Bloodhound family to cease their pursuit. That way, at least he could live peacefully. But I was still too naive to the ways of the world. I'll tell you the outcome soon. For now, I'd like you all to make a choice. Will you do as I did, and try to convince the Bloodhound family to stop their pursuit, so that the Dream Chaser may live peacefully and realize his wishes? Or will you remain silent, leaving him to languish while the hounds are hot on his heels, until his inevitable judgment arrives? I look forward to everyone's decisions. Who knows? Perhaps. It seems you, like me, are pondering whether a different choice could have led to a better outcome. Sadly, his fate, say he never gets caught, he would only die from delirium. The methods with which illegal stowaways enter dreams are unorthodox, not flawless like the hotels. Living in the dreamscape would be a mere should he be apprehended. Could the hounds afford to turn a blind eye? The answer is a definitive no. They could. As to your choice, I once again offer my heartfelt apologies. Next, in the story this time. This story happened the day I was appointed the Oak family head. At that time, Mr. Gopherwood was the current Dream Master. What surprised me was that the Dream Master had only come to deliver a letter to me. He let me read its contents, and it was the letter contained the usual pleasantries, anecdotes from her travels, nothing out of the ordinary. Just as I started wondering how this letter related to our discussion.
Do you know who wrote this letter?
My sister, of course. But why would you personally visit me
to help you grasp the full scope of this issue?
From what the letter indicates, she must be in Caspelina 8, correct?
Correct. Has she mentioned anything about a
stray bullet?
A war has broken out on that planet. It is because of this very reason that Robin chose this destination. She hoped to ease the people's suffering with Saul, and was willing to brave mortal danger to deliver the IPC's medical supply.
Is she all right?
If the operation was successful, she should probably be recovering. By the eon above, the bullet struck her neck directly, yet possibly as a reward for her consistent deeds of harmony. It didn't hit any of
those damned savages! I'll pack my bag. Now you understand why she always wears such elaborate neck ornaments, don't you?
How could this happen? Miss Robin.
It's all in the past, so please don't worry. I share this in the meager hope that you will understand the harmonies, limitations, and predicament. And likewise, I've prepared one last question, one last choice. Because this is merely a figment of imagination, a nightmare that has haunted me through countless nights. If you ever had the opportunity to make a choice like I did, would you still support Robin's journey on the path of harmony? I see. I am now aware of everyone's stances. Raising these questions merely serves to illustrate one point. The plight of Peniconii cannot be salvaged by the harmony. The true foundation for a sweet dream paradise. I know the suffering of being tormented, the turmoil of losing your way, how sorrow and even despair set in when matters don't work out. All of this causes me unending pain. We must teach the weak how to live a happy life. And this life isn't some noble propriety that the upper crust preaches, but in definitive terms.
So what is your definition of living a happy life?
Good question. Human consciousness is fundamentally an illusion. When one mistake after the next permeates the masses, they become impossible to trace. Thus, the amassing of these individual cages culminate to form a prison. Nature is always accompanied by predation and sacrifice. Its antithesis is known. That is what I want to do. Unite people's happiness under the banner of order. They won't need to make bitter choices any longer, nor face the weaknesses of humanity. Simply describing thoughts is far too abstract, so allow me to provide a simple example. As you all may know, there are societal norms like weekends and long weekends that exist on some worlds. During these hard-earned rest days, people are given the chance to extricate themselves from the stresses of everyday life, allowing, and it is only on these days, that people do not have to adhere to the law where the strong prey on the weak. They can live. From where I stand, society's ideal system should be 7 rest days. Following Sunday, there should ensue a second, a third, and indeed an infinite procession of Sundays. This should be the face of the new world. Idyllic, eternal, peaceful days. And thus, every person can return to their base selves in this utopia. Some gaze in reverence at the stars, pouring their whole beings into calculating the distance between us and the isolated world of Pagana. Meanwhile, some seek refuge in quiet corners, holding there would be no need to bear the hardships of reality. Only in this way can humanity face the inevitable end with the purest of spirit. Miss Firefly, you who are stricken with entropy loss syndrome, you of all would surely understand this.
It sounds like a flawless theory.
But what is the price to attain all this?
The cost is minute, merely a personal and eternal sacrifice. If this paradise is to be maintained for everyone, someone must remain trapped in solitary wakening.
Wakening? Which means that this so-called paradise is still a dream. Stepping into this paradise means forsaking reality, correct?
It is not forsaking, but transcending. Flesh, blood, sorrow, weakness. If the physical is the root of spiritual suffering, it is only logical that we defeat it.
But in this supposed bliss, people won't have defeated their demons. The chance to overcome their tribulations would be forever lost to them. In other words, it is an escape.
That's another way of understanding it. But there is no shame in escape. On the contrary, the seeds of escape exist in everyone's hearts. Don't you agree, Miss Firefly? And as to why we sleep, it is because we are afraid to awaken. But this is not in conflict with the grand plan. Only in acknowledging this can we truly understand the frailty of human nature. And from there, show compassion and protection.
I admit that you are a born leader. Your perspective on humanity brims with pessimism. Yet you express compassion for all, even when your heart pities them. But unlike you, I live for the self. From my perspective, individuals making choices for themselves is their birthright. The want to escape may be innate in the weak. But whether they are weak or not, it is not up to another to decide. Perhaps in your mind, you also view me as weak? Because I don't think so.
Since Miss Firefly has said her piece, the Astral Express will also naturally give you our answer. We'll leave it to you. Just as Mr. McHale instructed before, tell him our choice.
What is this place?
Does this place ring any bells, Misha?
I don't know, but I feel a sense of...
It's the realm within a dream bubble. This was left to the Astral Express by a Nameless, but weirdly, when we entered it, it was completely empty. Dr. Edward from the Dreamscape sales store told me that dreams are formed from memories, and a dream bubble can't take shape if it's... So I thought you might be able to help us in unraveling this mystery, Misha. As a hotel doorman, you know Peniconii best among us.
I don't know much about dream bubbles, but if you want to figure out what this mansion is, I'll do my best.
I'm counting on you then.
Himeko, I still don't get it. Why were you so sure that Misha had a connection with this dream bubble?
I wasn't sure. It was just a hunch. But since Misha feels familiar with this place, Exactly. This is where you and Firefly encountered death, which we now know as dormancy. Considering its connection to Dreamflux Reef, the question now is, who brought you here? Based on the clues we have so far, it's unlikely to be that masked fool. So identifying them is we're drawing closer to the truth once more. Let's give Misha some time, as I believe he'll unveil the secret of this dream.
All right, but there are doors all over the place. Which one should we choose? Do you have any idea, Misha?
I guess... maybe this way? I'm not entirely sure, but... let's give it a try.
Wait, you managed to choose the right...
Weird. This place is quite different from the hotel. But if I remember correctly, there should be a fireplace down that hallway. Clocky, and the room on the other side was the toy room. I loved spreading out all the toys from the box on the floor. Hold on. This doesn't make sense. Didn't I grow up in Dreamflux Reef?
This could be a case of amnesia. Don't worry, Misha. It's common for everyone to forget certain aspects of the past. Those memories haven't vanished. They're just lying in the depths of your mind. Since this place seems familiar to you, why don't we explore a few more rooms and...
Yeah. Then let's check out the rooms I just mentioned. Tick-tock. I heard some noises from the room.
You an origami bird?
Yeah. It's a member of the Compass crew, just like Clocky and Miss Mirror. And there's more than just one origami bird. They follow Miss Mirror's orders and handle all sorts of jobs on the ship. They're the best sailors.
Sailors? Can origami birds be sailors?
Could you tell us more about the Compass, Misha?
The Compass is a ship bound for the New World. Clocky and his partners travel through layers of fog to the depths of the sea. Whenever there is danger, Clocky will use a compass and guide the
That's a great story. But in the Peniconii cartoon, Clocky and his partners have always lived in...
Huh? Weird. I clearly remember... Clocky arrived in the new...
Perhaps Clocky has a hidden past.
So, where has Clocky gone? Did he leave to protect Dreamville? Tick-tock. Something very important.
Mikhail, that's the name. Now we all know him as the Watchmaker. So, who is he talking to? Do you know anything about it, Misha?
I'm sorry. I don't know much about the Watchmaker.
Anything special about that name?
Mikhail is Grandpa's name.
Grandpa? Do you mean you're the Watchmaker's grandson?
But we haven't heard anything about the Watchmaker having descendants. And the name Mikhail is not rare. Could you tell us more about your grandpa, Mikhail?
Yeah, sure. He was a seafarer who fearlessly ventured into mysterious seas and storms. He was always on the sea and had lots of friends who accompanied him on his travels. He didn't want me to call him Grandpa because that would make him sound old. He believed he was still young. The name Mikhail was given to him by his parents, Mihaly and Elise, both renowned seafarers. Every time he came back, he'd share his logbook with me and tell me about his adventures at sea. I want to become a great adventurer, just like him.
It appears that the Seafarer has nothing to do with the Watchmaker. So, perhaps it's just a coincidence? So, where is your grandpa now?
He went off on a new journey, and it's been quite a while since I last saw him. I think I hear the sound of water.
You once mentioned there's a magnificent fountain up ahead. Look, there it is!
The water resembles a precious jewel, embedded in the dreams of all. Every time I gaze at the shimmering lights beneath the waves, it feeds.
Have you recalled anything, Misha?
Yeah, I saw these sentences in Grandpa's logbook. He used to say that despite the perils of the sea, whenever he stood on the deck in the afternoon, overlooking the sparkling waves, he often said that those moments felt like returning to his family's side. And the difficulties at sea didn't seem...
You know, I quite understand such sentiments. I'm not an elder. I was just being a bit sentimental.
Perhaps every adventurer far from home carries a fountain within their soul. Even though the other side of the sea remains shrouded in the unknown, the fountain in front of his house serves...
Yeah. While Grandpa was at home, we would stand by the fountain and place the compass. Back then, I would ask him when I could go on adventures like him, and he would always laugh and say I was still too young.
It seems this Mikhail is truly a seafarer and has nothing to do with the Watchmaker.
Yeah. Based on Misha's recollections, the scenes in the dream bubble appear to be his childhood memories.
But this raises more questions. According to Misha, he was clearly born on an oceanic planet and led an ordinary life, with no connection to Peniconia at all. Could this be some sort of metaphor? Perhaps the sea refers to the memory zone.
I'm sorry. I don't know, but my memories keep pouring out uncontrollably, like water flowing from a fountain. Perhaps I'll remember more things if we go further. I wish to share your burden.
We're going to the opposite side, right?
No, we should turn left here.
Huh? Something feels different about this place.
This is it. I remember this corridor. Up ahead is Grandpa's study. It was in that room that I saw him the last time.
The atmosphere in this room feels totally different.
Misha! You finally come!
Clocky! You're here! Huh. Yeah. This...
Are those books on the bookshelf logbooks left behind by that seafarer?
Yeah. Whenever he came back, he placed a logbook on the bookshelf in his room. He described our world as a fountain. At some point, the sea started to gradually swallow up the land where people lived. To ensure that everyone had land to settle on, he had to continue exploring the sea. On that day, he called me to his study, telling me that he was embarking on another journey. I asked him if I could go with him, but he said that my adventure lay elsewhere, and told me to stay home.
What sound?
He told me about a vast ocean in the sky. An ocean of stars. He spoke of a train that transports children with a desire to venture far away, traversing the sea of stars without ever... He said that he knew the crew on the train, and that he had asked them to take me along.
A train? Could it be...
It's the Astral Express! I remember now. Grandpa's friends are a group of nameless who came to this world to resolve. Then, he gave his pocket watch to me. It was his cherished treasure, appearing in every one of his adventure tales. He explained that difficult times were ahead. He said, as long as I kept moving forward, I'd eventually reach my desired destination. The distant sound of a train whistle.
Exactly, Misha! And then we followed that whistle, didn't we?
Yeah. I think I can still find the way we took back then.
This is the dream jigsaw, right? So we're supposed to find the exit. But where can we find the last piece?
Do you remember? You said you obtained a mysterious shard when you stumbled into this place.
Hey, the shape seems to match. So this shard is also connected to Misha?
Looks like we're just one step from revealing the truth. Let's get to the other side and investigate.
This is it. This is my room of clocks. While I've spent my time waiting for Grandpa to return from his voyage, Walter gave me this workshop. Here, I learned how to repair clockwork and gears out of my fondness of precision mechanics. In my dreams, I was the I was born and raised here.
So, this building in the dream bubble is your...
Yes, but not exactly. This dream bubble itself is my own.
Looks like you've remembered everything now.
Wait. Why does it feel like everyone else knows something I don't?
Marge, do you remember when she mentioned the clocky that only she could see?
Yeah, the little guy here, right? But we all saw him in Dreamflux Reef, right? And Mr. Yang even greeted him.
Looks like everyone on the Astral Express has a childlike spirit.
The answer lies in the Astral Express. Her experience shows that neither Firefly nor Acheron can see this clocky. And when we were in Dreamflux Reef, you may have noticed that for some reason, nobody outside of the crew had ever talked with Clocky. A mimetic life that can only be seen by a select few? It's just like a hidden message, left by someone for the nameless.
But Misha can see Clocky too, right? They even grew up together. But Misha hasn't started the way of the Trailblaze yet.
That's the key to the mystery, March. Now, take a moment to recall. Have you ever seen anyone outside of the crew interact with Misha?
Wait. No way!
That's the answer, March 7th. This dream bubble is the place where I was born. And I'm a dweller in this dream. just like a memory zone meme. I should have stayed here and waited for you. But when reality and memories merged, I unconsciously pushed open that door and left the bubble with Clocky.
So it's not that the Watchmaker's dream bubble is empty, but rather the stuff inside ran away? And the whistle you heard, was the sound of the Express arriving at Peniconii?
That's one way to see it, but I believe there's a longer story behind all this. It's best for Misha himself to explain all the details. How about we start with your name? Now, should we call you Misha, or...?
Thank you all for helping me rediscover my true self. Now, please allow me to reintroduce myself. I was born on Lushaka, in the Presmere system, adopted by seafarers Mikhail and Char. They gave me a treasure, a name that carried their hopes. Mikhail Char Legwork, or simply, Misha. If you prefer, you can call me by a more familiar name, the Watchmaker.
So, you're the Watchmaker himself?
Unfortunately, that legendary figure is no more. I am only a reflection of his life. As for the child who has been with you, he's the innocent protagonist of Misha's childhood dream. A friend of Clocky, a young apprentice, and a future mechanic on the Express. And this also marks the beginning of his journey, devoted to the Trailblaze.
At the end of the journey, I left this little flame, which I so cherished, in my deepest dreams, hoping to pass it on to the nameless of future generations. However, he somehow left the dream bubble and forgot all about his task. I apologize for all the confusion this caused.
Because he was born with a desire to trailblaze, wasn't he? I don't think Misha has forgotten his role as a guide. He remembered it, and that's why he mistakenly appeared as a hotel doorman in her dream from the very beginning. The one who brought our unconscious friend here must have been Misha. If that's the case, we encountered the Watchmaker's legacy from the beginning, didn't we?
Well, I have a sarcastic friend who says I always take big detours and end up back where I started. Perhaps that's what every nameless has to go through. But in the end, you found me. I'm sure you're all wondering what my legacy is. I believe my hound has mentioned the Stellaron and my wealth. If I may apologize, the Stellaron part is real. As for my wealth, however, it's nothing more than a baseless rumor. I left my homeland as a child and embarked on the journey of Trailblaze. I traveled to various planets until finally reaching Asdana, where my friends and I built the original Peniconii and fought for its future ever since. I've been moving forward all my life, doing what I could to overcome the obstacles in my path. But ultimately, my journey reached its end. So, if you ask what's left within this worn-out train engine that can be called a legacy,
I suppose it's the things that are still burning in the engine's furnace. Now that you're well aware of the current situation of Peniconia, I certainly hope that you'll help me get this world back on track. But I'll leave that decision to you. For the path of Trailblaze is never paved by others. All I have for you is a story and 2 gifts. I want to give you my pocket watch. It has accompanied me throughout my long journey, guiding that naive child forward, and has been blessed with the presence of so many great people up to this day. And my hat, too. The one who navigated for me placed it on my head and planted a fanciful thought in my mind. The trailblazing expedition will never end. Now, it's time for you to make your choice. Once you've made up your mind, open that door and enter the long dream of an old man. I'll be waiting for you at the end of this corridor of time.
All right, everyone. Let's make a decision. Although I don't think anyone will have any objections.
Of course. We've come this far. Surely there's no other option than moving forward.
In that case, it's unanimous. Then let's proceed together to the end of this dream and tell Mikhail our decision.
Mikhail, where are you going?
Someone has to step up and save Lushaka. So why can't it be me, Misha?
Please don't go. And if you must, please take me with you. Don't leave me alone.
Even without me, you know how to proceed forward, brave Captain Misha. The compass is waiting for you. Now go, board that train and start your journey.
Where are you going, Mikhail?
I'm going to clean the floor in the parlor car. I've promised the conductor.
Wait, first tell me, did you fix this watch?
Yeah?
I know what it looked like before. Its chain was broken, the back case torn, and the marks on the dial all worn out. How did you manage to fix it?
Well, it's hard to explain, but I knew it could be fixed. It's the hands, Mr. Amundsen. Its hands were intact and pointing in the right direction, so I knew there would be a way to fix the rest.
I see. You'll work with me from now on. Haven't you always wanted to tinker with this train? You're its mechanic now. As for the conductor, I'll do the talking.
But I only know how to fix watches.
Don't worry. You've got what it takes. I'll teach you what you need to know.
Where are you going, legwork? It's time to head to our next stop.
I'm staying in Astana with Rosalina and Tiernan.
I see. This place reminds you of home.
The people of Astana have only achieved a tiny victory,
and still have a long way to go towards true freedom. Hanunu needs us. Don't worry, not all journeys lead to the stars. Even if I leave the Express, our path of Trailblaze will continue.
Yeah. I knew you wouldn't stay on the Express forever. Leave in peace, my friend.
And this is Mr. Amundsen's hat. But why?
When he departed, he said he would leave it to his best student. Well, I suppose the time has come. Farewell, legwork. Take care of Tiernan and Rosalina. And don't forget to write to us.
Where are you going, Watchmaker?
Don't worry, Micah. Just going on a little trip. Someone has to be at the forefront of the interstellar frontier, and I'm the only former Nameless in Pentaconii. So why can't it be me?
Because you're all we have! Have you forgotten about Tiernan? The cosmos is way more dangerous now. What will happen to Pentaconii if we lose you too?
But what will happen to Pentaconii if we don't find a way out? Ah, Tiernan. How could I ever forget him? I've spent countless sleepless nights asking myself why I didn't go with him back then. We Nameless won't stop. Don't worry, Micah. It's just a matter of getting back to my old profession. Just wait for me to come back. But if, and it's a big if I don't come back in one piece, then you'll become the next Watchmaker.
Where are you going, old man?
Oh, you're here.
Answer my question. What are you up to?
Relax, Gallagher. I just came up with a great idea. Wanna hear it?
Oh, come on. Aren't all your ideas just ways to get yourself killed? I may be blunt here, but you're the last remaining hero in Pentaconii. If you die too, the secret of the Stellaron will go to the grave with you.
Yes, I'm afraid there's no way out in Pentaconii, so I'll have to consider alternatives beyond Asdana. We'll organize a festival using the Watchmaker's legacy as a facade, and send invitations to the entire cosmos to gather people here.
So, a desperate struggle against the family?
Desperate? Don't we have you here, my friend? This task is challenging, but what hasn't been challenging for us along the way? Well, whatever you do, remember, make sure to send an invitation to the Astral Express.
Misha! Where are you going?
Oh, it's you, Clocky. Take me to Dreamflux Reef. Last night, I had a long dream about the day we met. I want to write down that dream.
Write it down? Why?
Oh, so I won't forget it. Do you remember how you got your name, Clocky?
Of course! You told me that when you were a kid, you lived in a room full of clocks. Those wall clocks and pocket watches grew up with you.
Yes, but what I didn't mention was there's a funny misunderstanding behind it. I was a kid, and there was always a special pocket watch in my memories. It was with my grandpa. I wanted to have a pocket watch like that too.
Yeah. Every night, we boarded the
But you know what? It wasn't until the day my grandpa gave it to me. It was a cup. So,
Your name should have been Compassy, and the Watchmaker is just...
We've arrived at Dreamflux Reef. So, where to next?
You know, Clocky, I don't think I'll be going anywhere else. I've traveled far enough, and it's time for a little break.
Oh. So, we'll set out again. When you're rested?
No, I'll stay here. And then, this is where it ends.
This is... where it ends? What you told me that the trailblazing expedition would never end.
Yeah, that's what I said. So now, it's up to you to decide your next destination.
My next destination? What's that supposed to be? I've been following you, Misha. You're acting weird today. If you're feeling down, we can just do what we usually do.
No, I'm not feeling down. As for clockwork, yeah, it resolves all problems in this dream. So, do you know what clockwork actually is?
I'm not quite sure.
Well, everyone gets lost at times. They may hesitate and doubt which way to go. That happens in this dreamscape, but don't worry. Everyone goes through moments of uncertainty and hesitation. Eventually, they gather the courage to make bold decisions. Whether it's calming, joyful, angry, or sad. All they need is a little nudge to take that step toward where they truly belong. I'm leaving that little nudge with you, and I hope you'll share it with others. Such is the essence of clockwork, the will of the Trailblaze. Clocky's hands spin around non-stop, indicating confusion, frustration, and weakness. But ultimately, people still need to move forward.
Just like your hands, always pointing ahead. This is where my journey ends. From now on, it is your path to walk.
Trailblazing means taking paths your predecessors forswore and venturing even further. The Peniconia in Mikhail's dreams does not belong to Order.
can't believe that Eon would cast a glance at Peniconii at a time like this. Is it because of the resonance from the legacy of the Trailblaze? Or perhaps the bond between you is so strong that it even impresses an Eon?
Well, there might be another possibility. Perhaps they want to witness, on behalf of the fallen Eons, who will hold the future of Peniconii.
If that's the case, on behalf of the Dream Master of Peniconii and the 107,336 members of the Oak family, I'm cordially inviting you all to the Peniconii Grand Theater to participate in the upcoming Charmony Festival. And, of course, you won't be in the audience, but since the future of the Stellaron, Peniconii, and even the entire cosmos is at stake, let's draw a conclusion there. If you truly believe in Akavili's path, then show me their courage and determination.
Noise.
Please stay tuned. Please stay tuned. We need a strategy. Please stay tuned.
Time to test our rapport.
Let's improvise.
Commencing support. Ready for another?
Step up, let's see ya.
Take your positions.
is secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Do you admit this crime?
That's all you got?
The mood is set just right. Let the show begin! Let's improvise.
Ready for another?
It's time. By the order of the Ten Lords, execute the Marastruck!